Hello everybody and welcome to another video on my channel. And today I am doing a bit of a different video as usual. In this video I want to do a bit of a history lesson video. Basically I wanted to talk about how LEGO minifigure helmets have evolved. Specifically the helmets that you see on classic space minifigures. That's what I want to talk about in this video. So without too much more talking, let's get into this. So, classic space started back in 1979, and with it came the first space minifigures. And the minifigures had a helmet. Now the helmet was actually not new to this theme. The helmet had already appeared in Town and Castle a year before. And now the reason why they used the same helmet as Town and Castle is because apparently back then it was difficult to create parts in new colors or release new molds. So the helmet had to work for all three, so that's pretty interesting, very interesting. But yeah, the helmet was used for that theme, but the helmet had a bit of a problem. And that's the fact that the helmet could easily break around the chin strap. Now this was actually referenced in the LEGO movie, where Benny has a broken chin strap around his helmet, so that's basically a reference to the fact that, you know, the helmets could break easily, so that's a very cool reference if I'm being honest with all of you. Like, you didn't need to do it, but I'm glad he did, and it kind of distinguishes him, and basically you can tell that it's Benny, pretty much, so that's cool. And these helmets were used on classic space minifigures until the theme ended in 1987. But basically, the same year, LEGO introduced Futuron, and along with that theme came a new helmet piece. This helmet piece was interesting because it was very similar to the old helmet, but the thing is, the chin strap had an increased strength, so that way it could not break. Now there was another difference, which was the fact that the part where there are a couple of holes was kind of molded in a little bit. Kind of, I don't know how to describe this, but the chin strap was also a little bit expanded a little bit. Like if you compare the old helmet with the new helmet, you can kind of see that there's a little bit of like an extension. So I don't really know how to say it, but that is because LEGO introduced a visor piece that you can put on these helmets. So that's interesting that they decided to make properly protected visors for space minifigures. That's very important. Now you can technically put these visors on the old helmet, but it'll just look a little weird because they weren't designed for that. And now the thing is, in 2008, LEGO made a minifigure pack to celebrate the minifigure's 30th anniversary. And one of the minifigures included was a classic space minifigure. And now there were a couple of others released throughout 2009 and 2010. And the thing is, we got all 5 of the original classic space minifigures remade, but there was a difference, and that's the fact that the helmets were not the originals. Instead, they used the motorcycle helmets. And now the motorcycle helmets doesn't really fit the vibe of classic space. It kind of doesn't really fit. Now, a set that has classic space minifigures and has the newer helmet from 1987 was actually the exosuit from Ideas. That set had green astronauts, but they had the newer style of helmet. So yeah, the minifigures weren't really fitting for the classic space vibe, as you can see. But in 2019, LEGO introduced the Benny Space Squad set, and they introduced an entirely new helmet mold. And the helmet mold looked very similar to the original helmet mold that the original classic space minifigures had, but the chin strap had the same increased strength as the motorcycle helmet from 1987. So that's pretty cool that they decided to re-release the same old helmet mold with the same increased strength. So that way the minifigures can fit the classic space vibes better than the motorcycle helmet. And yes, I'm calling it the motorcycle helmet because, well, it's really just used for bikers now, and it really looks like a biker helmet. But yeah, so that's it for this video here. Pretty much a different video talking about like how LEGO changed their helmets. So yeah, and it's very cool that they did this. So yeah, that's just something I want to talk about in this video here. But yeah, anyways, so that's it for this video here. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like and make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification button so that way you'll get notified when I upload a new video. So that's it for now, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.